This is going to be Stratholme main gate as protection paladin. So this place can be a problem. I've noticed a lot of the times when I come here, it is way tougher to keep everybody alive than the surrounding dungeons by it. So I'm ready to take that seriously. Got my... okay, so Druid Healer. Yeah, Druid Healer! I came here as a Druid Healer and had a huge amount of trouble. But now I think that was more a problem with the tank than with the healer. Had a brewmaster who didn't know what he was doing, and I just had to leave after the first boss because nothing was getting done. There were a huge number of wipes. Anyway. But that's not this run. So I'm Protection Paladin, you know, a pretty durable class at this level. Got lots of tools for dealing with casters and stuff, because this place is full of them. Yeah, this is where I got to really appreciate the silencing Avenger's Shield. And, you know, internalize the fact that it's only the main target that gets silenced. So if I want somebody to come to me, they can't just be near the one I'm targeting, they have to be the one that I click. So yeah, be sure I know where my Light of the Protector button is, etc. Shield of the Righteous. Defensives. Prepare well. And everything will be fine. I'm trying to open that because it has Stratholme Holy Water in it, but no, I don't need that for this wing. That's for service entrance. Oh, I know what the Eye of Naxxramas there does now. They summon 2 gargoyles if you leave them alive. But kill them quick enough and those gargoyles don't come. So yeah, this little opening street here, there's my Light of the Protector, great, is pretty nasty actually. A lot of the rest of the dungeon is not as bad as this just opening gauntlet here. Especially important to watch out for... I'm seeing Retribution Paladin stuff, so we have another Paladin there. Who else is here? A Rogue. And something else. A Frost Mage, got it. Yeah, so right here, of special note, yeah, this was shortly after one of my problem runs, I think, so I knew what to watch for here. Anyway, yeah, so, Abomination dude, that guy over there, green guy on the left, he hits super hard, so watch out for that. Would this really have been after I healed this on my Discipline Priest? No, this would have been before. Okay, well, I handled it fine anyway, even though I hadn't had as many experiences with problems here. Paladin is pretty forgiving. It's one of the easier tanks to play. So yeah, Patchwork Horror. Yeah, not seeing that thing where I lose half my health bar in one hit from him. Is that the attack? Okay, that was like a fourth of it. It's something, but not nearly as bad as I've seen from other encounters here. Yeah, I don't want to skip those. They're a bit too close to safely leave. Oh yeah, right, so I was trying kind of an experimental route in here. It's normal enough so far, but I had a plan. I went in here and tested out some stuff. Because there was a particular mini-boss I really wanted to hit up that usually people don't seem to do here. Wanted to see if I could get away with it. Rogues decided to go and... I have 2 groups of dudes right now, by the way. He's trying to take care of the stragglers. Appreciated. Using my... that hasn't turned into Ardent Defender yet. I forget what it's called, my number 9 ability. It changes name, changes effect. But it's just another, you know, reduce damage by 20% for 6 seconds or whatever it is. The upgraded version, which is called Ardent Defender, also protects me against 1 fatal blow, I think? Or all fatal blows while it's active? That sounds pretty powerful. It's one of those 2. I'm not sure which. Okay, we got that done. Druid mana, empty. That's right, yes, that sure would empty a druid's mana. I was hoping she would sit down and drink, so I was keeping a very active watch on that mana bar as I went through here. I figured one Stratholme courier should be manageable. Is she drinking now? I see the mana bar going up. She did get a drink, okay. So yeah, just slow down a little bit and, you know, make sure to get smaller groups when healer mana is low. If I see them drinking, then I'll wait. Alright, so open that to summon the dude who has what's supposed to be inside it. Oh, why am I interacting with the post box now? This isn't the time to do that. So yeah, I'm routing two post boxes. We've messed with them a few times. If you open the post boxes in here, you get these undead postmen the first time, something different the second time, and then a boss the third time. They exist in both sides of Stratholme, but you have to open 3 to get the boss, and you can't get from one side to the other, so you can actually only fight the postmaster in the main gate wing of this place. There are not enough post boxes in service entrance to do it. So yeah, the route that I had chosen avoids some annoying stuff and goes for the postmaster. So almost everybody I see who runs through here goes straight north from here through the close gate. Which is annoying because it closes on you and a bunch of either plagued insects or rats. It's one in one place, the other in the other place. Those all come and attack. And it's obnoxious. We're gonna go the other way. Through, I think it's Festival Lane? So we avoid the rat gate. And also get close to other post boxes we need to interact with. And some bosses we'd have to go out of our way to get to from a different route. Nobody says anything. They're all just happy to follow my route, which is nice. Sometimes people get real picky and snippy about that. This was not one of those groups, fortunately. So yeah, this looks like one of the rat or insect gates, but it doesn't work like one. You just go through it and nobody hassles you. Alright, another abomination here. Patchwork Horror. I figure by the time he gets to me, the thing we're currently fighting will be dead, and I was right. Alright, so I'm going to watch carefully my health bar while this is going on. So he does his knockback, that was that much. Normal attacks. What's the big one? That didn't seem big enough to be the big one. I don't know, it's just not hitting me for whatever I've seen it hit that one druid I was healing for. And the brewmaster, who was a problem in a run I didn't show because I never completed it. I want to get more dudes. I don't want to just fight this plague ghoul, but there's nobody else around. So I guess we'll just fight the plague ghoul. Alright, so sticking to the left side here, that's where the interesting stuff is. There's post box number 2. Festival Lane post box. I think that gate on my right used to be the way you would go between main gate and service entrance, but you can't anymore. It's now permanently closed. Unless I'm mistaken about where that is. Taking a lot of damage here. Staying alive. But yeah, this is kind of a bunch of dudes. Making sure those on the right don't get involved. Alright, some more undead postmen, I think. No tampering with the mail. Alright, so same group as first time. 3 undead postmen. They're not nothing. You really want to be ready for these. But they're perfectly manageable. Right, so along this route is the Unforgiven and Hearthsinger Forreston. Hearthsinger Forreston is a dude who I always have trouble seeing because he's neutral. His name doesn't show up in red, and he's very small and just stands off to the side, and I think I do actually miss him on this route. I was planning to kill him, but I didn't spot him in time, and then forgot about him by the time I got past. So this route worked for the male, but not for the Hearthsinger. He's also kind of annoying because he does some, I think it's mind control or sleep, one of the two. Maybe both, I don't know. So the Unforgiven is just ahead at that T intersection up there. Another Patchwork Horror. Where does he patrol? So right where he's standing now is where the Unforgiven's gonna be. I probably want to, okay, either let him go by or pull him from a distance. Looks like I'm letting him go by. Alright, and we'll be done with the Unforgiven by the time he comes back around again. What? I got him? Oh, that's a terrible idea. Okay, well, I don't agree with this decision that past me made, but alright. Huh. That's aggressive. Maybe I'll get away with it? Let's hope. Especially with my druid's mana bar at 1/4. Yep, that was not a great choice. I'm using my buttons. Keep myself alive. Druid's doing a fine job. But that was some unnecessary strain on her healing. Alright, so the Unforgiven is down. Hearthsinger Forreston, I think, wanders around. Okay, here's another post box. What am I planning to do here? I guess we're doing it now. Alright, prepare to be Malone. So Postmaster Malone shows up on the 3rd post box. He's the boss. And as it turns out, he is way more serious than I expected. I am getting beaten down pretty bad, and I've been Malone's. Okay, so she had Rebirth up. That's great. Good idea. But I get feared, and I'm going right toward trouble. Trouble found me. There's no way out of this, especially with 0 mana and her mana bar. So yeah, Postmaster Malone, not to be... I got Maloned again. Not to be underestimated, as it turns out. Yeah, I hadn't fought him in a while. So, that was a surprise. I'm hoping he'll still be there when we get back, because I do really want to kill him, but maybe in a more organized way, and with a little more healer mana. So since we're going back to where we were, what do I choose to do here? We're going right. We're going right. Do we wipe again here? Because I think at some point I do end up going through that left gate. Why would I do that? Okay, no. I think I spotted this in my footage and thought, oh, we go through the Plagued Insect gate? No, just like to find us as we're going through here, I guess. Is apparently what happened. One person wants a resurrection. Doesn't want to just run back with the rest of us. That's fine. Why do I hear trouble behind me? Ah, plague insects. No, those are... Well, yeah, they are. Plague maggot. That's a type of insect. A larval type. My shield was coming back to me from a long way off. It does that sometimes. What am I looking for? I don't know. Well, that was what was in my inventory. Yeah, Postmaster Malone, still there, so that's nice. Alright, her mana's full, that's great. Let's try this again. Get real serious about the defensive abilities and stuff. Interrupt fear, yes, that's a great idea. Make sure that doesn't go off. And with only one undead postman here, we should probably kill that one first, really. I don't think I was... No, I didn't put that skull there. Somebody else did. I mean, that's fine. The undead postman will die first anyway, just from cleaves and stuff. So various curses happening, yeah, hurting a bit. But with a full mana bar, Nerd Girl here is a little more prepared. I do happen to know there's only so much a Restoration Druid can do to increase throughput when they really need to. But she's doing a fine job. Okay, Postmaster Malone is down. He didn't even drop anything. Just killed him for fun, I guess. Oh wait, no, he did drop something. Just not for me. Okay, so he doesn't drop money, so his corpse wasn't sparkly. I guess only the person who was assigned a piece of loot from him was able to loot him. Something. I guess that's how it works. Yeah, so Heartsinger Forreston was along that path somewhere. I don't know where. He wanders around or spawns in a random spot or something. He's hard to find, and, like, I sure didn't see him walking by. He's basically invisible until you target him. But he was in there somewhere, and I was too distracted by getting Maloned that, I forgot about him. Wait, why do I hear... Oh, somebody used a toy. That was what that harp noise was. Because he also makes that noise, Heartsinger Forreston that is, when he plays his enchanting lullaby or whatever it is, and puts you to sleep or mind controls you, or... It's one of those two. I wish I could remember which, but I can't. Alright, so weirdly from here on, the dungeon kind of gets a little easier. Like, once you're at this point, it relaxes a bit. Well, except for one event that's coming up. No, there's still plenty to be serious in here. Gotta continue being careful. Yeah, this is one of the first dungeons that really requires you to be, you know, awake and paying full attention here. Gordok Commons is another one that comes to mind that's kind of like this, you know, if you just sleep your way through it, you're gonna have some trouble. I was getting these dudes because I was thinking of Magistrate Bartholus. He's fought in a spot that looks identical to where Timmy the Cruel is fought. Magistrate Bartholus in Service Entrance has a huge knockback that tends to push people into the extra dudes who are along the sides. So I was thinking this was that situation. Timmy the Cruel, on the other hand, I don't think has a knockback like that, and there's also a lot more space. So not really a problem there. But also, it doesn't take long to kill the ghouls. Might as well do it, I guess. So Timmy, susceptible to Hammer of Justice. That wasn't my Hammer of Justice, that was the other Paladin's. I don't know if I noticed at the time, and apparently I'm not choosing to use my own hammer. Why you change targets? Wait, that was a taunt sound. What am I doing? What did I just use? I did something. So this character's an engineer. Did I throw, like, dynamite that I had on him? Or was that, like, Stratholme holy water or something? I don't know, something happened. My druid's a dwarf now. That's weird, but okay. I guess she race changed while we were in here. She was playing with some sort of musical toy. Guess she has a transforming one too. Yeah, so this spot, this can get out of hand pretty quickly if you let it. So sure, this Risen Gallant and Risen Conjurer will be nice and cooperative. But right up ahead is a big room full of a lot of dudes who like to get each other's attention. Let's see how many I end up with after this group. I'm not being incredibly careful about how I do this. Got those 3. Okay, I don't see anyone else getting involved here. So that's fine. A lot of the time when I go through here, you just end up with every mage and warrior who's guarding this place on you all at once, and it's kind of a problem. It's manageable when that happens, but it, you know, it takes a lot. I also sometimes see people pulling us like super careful to go way back through the gate around the corner to make sure you only get a couple of these at a time, and now I understand why. But right here, it sure isn't looking like a problem. Everything's fine. Okay, yeah, so now those got involved. I'm not sure what got their attention, but something did. It's fine though. We can handle them. Yeah, so this place has a whole lot of loss of control effects in it. You get slept, you get stunned, you get disarmed, you get mind controlled, you get just like everything. You get silenced, interrupted. Maybe not silenced, but interrupted certainly. I think it's the Risen Guardsmen. They like to charge at mages and healers who are at a distance and just stop them from casting for a while. Knock them down. Super obnoxious. And we're dealing with them for pretty much the rest of the dungeon now. Oh yeah, polymorph. Right, the Risen Conjurers will do that too. This is the place where you lose control of your character. Don't know where that guardsman came from, but it was one I somehow didn't manage to pick up on my way. Restoration Druid knew exactly what to do and brought it right to me. She is clearly an expert. Knows exactly what to do. While disarmed, I can still do Judgment, I can still do, looked like Avenger's Shield worked, just not Hammer of the Righteous. So they take away my weapon, but not my shield. So presumably I can still block and stuff? Right, so here this place turns into Scarlet Monastery for some reason. It's the exact same kind of construction. But with this foreboding red haze around it, so that you know you're in a different place. Yeah, look at those guards, just charging away from me, doing whatever the heck they want, being annoying to casters. And then somebody up close is being annoying to me by disarming me. Every time you hear that clink noise, that's somebody attempting an interrupt. So if I was in the middle of a hard cast on a spell, I would get interrupted. It's their shield slam or whatever. And they just do that interrupt whenever they feel like it on everybody around them. If you're standing too close and you're casting, you're gonna get interrupted. Am I gonna do something about this Risen Guardsman? Eventually. There we go. Is this the one with the treasurers who throw money at you? No, that's the actual Scarlet Monastery, isn't it? I think that's right. Or maybe that's Scarlet Halls. I don't know. It's not here. This place is a little more serious than that. Everything looks so clean and shiny in here. Like this red carpet's still red. All the statues are standing, all the candles are lit. Who's maintaining this place? And yet its inhabitants are like dilapidated undead things. Right, there is something of interest in here. Commander Malor. Yes, I had planned this route specifically, so it's the very first left when you go down a hallway like that. Then the next one has nothing of interest, then the next one after that has a quest item, and I think another mini-boss in it? Yeah, the dude who casts Pyroblast and Blast Wave, the Fire Mage. This guy's somebody else. Instructor Galford, that's the one. I don't really like fighting in a tiny little room like this. I could have pulled the commander out, but I didn't want to bother, I guess. Alright, big health pool. Takes a while for him to go down. Okay, so... oh right, this room first. After this, detour straight ahead for Willy Hopebreaker. Oh, I see what that disarmed icon is. It's a hand dropping a sword. Some of those icons just don't parse for me for some reason. I thought it was like an axe with a weird blade or something, and I wasn't really sure why that was the disarmed icon. Yeah, okay. Hand-dropping sword. That makes more sense. Ham level 47. Black Arc Depths. Detention block. Unlocked. Nice. Alright, Willy Hopebreaker in here. I guess I could just skip him, but you know, there's a quest that presumably everybody will have as they come in here. To at least get the... Risen Hammersmith, is it? Yeah, Risen Hammersmith. And Willy Hopebreaker is just right there, so you might as well kill him. I'm not seeing any polymorphs go off, so all the silences from Avenger's Shield and interrupts from everybody else, if necessary, are apparently keeping that from happening, so that's nice. Risen Sorcerer, they'll definitely attempt it. Polymorph, there it goes. Oh, it totally went off, okay. Well, right as I talk about it. What am I doing? Pressing all the wrong buttons. Alright, Risen Hammersmith. Yeah. Experienced healer here knows exactly what to do, was standing right there with a plan to interact with that thing as soon as combat ended. I like her, she's good. And yeah, notice her mana bar staying a lot fuller now. I've maybe toned down my aggression just a little bit, and you know, being careful, not getting undead postmen and the abomination dudes, whatever they're called, all at the same time. I did have in my notes her mana started empty and ended full over the course of this, like, pretty long dungeon. This is another one of those that just feels kind of a little interminable when you're in it. You know, right around here, I feel like would be the point where I'd be finishing the final boss, but it just goes on and on. It's fine though, I appreciate the larger dungeons. It's just not always what I'm in the mood for. But when I am, it's good. Lower Black Spire is still probably my favorite classic dungeon, and that one takes like an hour to run through fully. It's always a treat, though. Alright, Willy Hopebreaker. I'm probably not going to interact with the cannonballs unless no one else is, so let's see what the party decides to do. Druid has positioned herself to do that. Yes, okay, she's manning it. Perfect. That does feel to me kind of like a healer job because, you know, damage dealers can be focused on just getting the boss dead faster. The healing requirements for this fight aren't so much that you don't get a little bit of downtime. And yeah, healer I feel like just is the best one to take a moment, pick up a cannonball and fire it at the archers just to keep the incoming damage on the party down. Because if I'm fighting him here, I'm making no effort to get rid of the dudes who are shooting at us from a distance. Just because cannonballs can do that so well. I've also sometimes seen people drag Willy all the way over to where the riflemen spawn. So that's a valid approach, but since the cannon's right here, you might as well just use the cannon, right? It's easy enough. Whoa, I got trapped behind it. Whoops. Alright, since I saw we were out of cannonballs, I decided to pay attention to them a little bit and, you know, throw some threat their way, just so they're not all shooting the healer at once. It was fine, though. Cool. Now, longish run through just nothing. Back to where we were. This would be a place to pull out my divine steed, but apparently I decided not to. Outlaw rogue's doing some kind of fancy chain thing. I don't have access to that, so apparently it's an outlaw-only thing. On my assassination rogue, that is. But I do have sprint and shadow step, so that's plenty for me. I should try outlaw someday. It's just, I like assassination better. How do I know? I've never tried outlaw. Maybe I'd like outlaw better. I like assassination. That's what it is. And I feel no need to change. Well, these are hurting me a bit. I guess it is a whole bunch of them. That was 6 at once? Yeah, okay. That would hurt. Oh, and I have a Mortal Strike on me, causing healing effects to be reduced. At least that's what that icon usually means. See? The little axe up there. Almost gonna finish my Grizzly Trophy collection this round for that. It's not quite gonna happen though, probably. Turns out playing a tank is real good for that. Damage dealer is less good just because tank, since they're like constantly doing little bits of damage to everything around, that particular role tends to get a lot of killing blows. There must have been some dudes to our right when we came in here, because there were more there that I didn't see when I just turned left. Yeah, a lot of damage going out. This would be a fine time for a lay on hands, if I can find my button. Then again, I think I'll survive without it. Yeah, so that Mortal Strike is making those regrowths not land very hard. But it fell off and now we're fine. Oh, her mana bar way down again. Okay, yep. That would do that. It's fine, though. Okay, yeah, drink time. Good. She was ready for this. Aha, Rogue is sapping. Nice. So I can just leave that one out of combat. Get in with the rest. And deal with it later. Alright, yeah, to the left here is something of interest. Instructor Galford, right there. Dreadlord Balnazar to the right. Oh, an Arisen Monk. Oh, that's right, I forgot this happened. When you kill the last dudes on the way into Balnazar, these 2 extra monks come in. And I was too busy fighting the instructor to notice that had happened until I'd already engaged him. It's fine. But yeah, now that's a thing that I know happens. It's just this weird extra thing, like, you know, you could just have the monks, like, on the way to... I'm trying the Pyroblast line of sight trick. It worked! That I learned from that other, who was it I was playing with? Somebody. There's a player I really liked who did this trick, and it was really neat. It didn't work that time. It still went off on me somehow. I guess somehow that spot was not out of line of sight. Burning Winds is annoying. I can't do anything when it's on me. So I'm going to try and go around the corner, but I don't get around it quick enough. Yeah, I am not pulling off this trick nearly as well as that other player I saw do it. But I tried to see how it see how it felt. That time it works. Probably not worth the effort. Pyroblast doesn't hit that hard. But I am trying. Alright, painting in here to pick up. There's a book in here you can read, if you're into books. I'm not, so I don't know what it says. Oops, I stepped a bit too close to him. I wasn't trying to get into combat right then, but I did. Just making sure everybody got the painting and got it into the room. He doesn't close a gate or anything, I'm pretty sure. So even if you're out of the room like this Paladin is, he's way over there. Maybe he's reading the book. Or maybe he had to step away. That's fine, we can do it with 4. There we go, he got Of Love and Family. Maybe he was trying to find the painting or something. Probably just had to step away. Oh yeah, right, mind control, that's a thing that happens now. The rogue who's named after an audiophile for some reason. Was stunned by the Paladin, so he wouldn't cause any trouble. It's nice to come in here with a warlock or a hunter or, you know, somebody who brings a pet, because... Oh, I used repentance! Ha! That's pretty funny. That was a bit too much. Now he still has repentance on him. Whoops. Well, that's fine. Repentance is my crowd control ability. It's kind of like paralysis, but not as good. Has a cast time and can only be used on certain enemy types. Right, yeah, anyway, so Balnazar really likes to target pets with his sleep and mind control, so they'll absorb those for the actual party members. But we didn't have any of those this time. It was fine. Alright, there we go. Just quest turn-ins, and the place is done. My route mostly worked. So Postmaster Malone, a little more serious than you'd expect. Be very careful with him. Hearthsinger Forest and easy to miss. Otherwise it worked out fine. Didn't have to deal with very many plagued insects. There were a couple who found us somehow, but that was all. Alright, cool. Good run. See you next time.